Let's see, where does that leave us? Goggles, helmet. That's just regular helmet. We'll use the metal box that's lying over here, because why not? No, that's all the stuff we're keeping. Leather armor, goggles, helmet, troublemaker outfit, veteran outfit. That we need to hang on to for a minute. Trooper helmet, there we go. Almost saved 25 units in weight. Yeah, because once we've secured the exterior of this structure, those bodies will disappear, which is why I'm looting them now and then just stashing the goods. I could have just left and gone straight back to the NCRCF because there's more powder charges there, and I'd like more mines before I do what I'm ultimately planning on doing in Good Springs. There we go. Made it. But the sneak attack critical would also be very handy here. Yeah, lightning wasn't going to strike twice, I figured. I'm not even hitting the guy. Yes, this railing is totally protective of its ballistic properties. Switch over to the 10mm, please. Well, at least it was a good finisher. And I can use this to fix up my other one, because they're both in horrible shape. And they're effectively worthless. I want his clothes, though. Your clothes. Give them to me. Now. Okay, where'd he... Oh, don't tell me he, like, fell onto the lower level. I've had that happen before. Well, it doesn't matter. There's a bit of his viscera here that I can use to loot the rest of him. Cool. Just taking the loot off his... whatever that bit of him was. I don't know. It's unrecognizable. Well, his head exploded, so it's probably part of his face. These guys won't respawn once I've murdered all of them. Let's get to it, shall we? Oh, look at this. Jet, Psycho, Jet, cigarettes, binoculars. Vodka! Where? Oh, seriously, where? Even VATS can't find him. Ow! Just pretend that pinged off my combat armor, because it probably did. Now the fact that I'm surviving multiple gunshots makes a bit more sense, considering I'm actually wearing combat armor. There's the clown! I hate the sights on this gun. Yeah. Yeah, you just don't move. Don't move. Don't move, it'll be fine. It'll be glorious. Don't move. For God's sakes. Oh, I hate dynamite. Ha! Hey, I thought you powder gangers liked dynamite! So yes, that will be our route in when we go in. We're not doing that yet. I'm living on the edge. Now, if I wasn't doing an LP, I'd do what I normally do and stash these bodies in one of these dumpsters back here because I like to keep the Mojave tidy. And I usually make a habit of properly disposing of the corpses. Now, beneficially, because I got, like, the anniversary edition of this, I have a Vol 13 canteen, which doesn't do much for your dehydration, unfortunately, but every time you take a swig out of that, which happens automatically, you can control it, I get a little bit of health back, so technically I have really, really slow health regen. And that wouldn't be an issue if I could just get all my health back and my limbs repaired just by sleeping in a bed, but this is hardcore mode. That doesn't happen unless I own the bed I'm sleeping in. And you don't even have the option to get a bed in Goodsprings. I don't know, maybe Doc Mitchell's bed counts, but I don't know. Probably not. Ooh, did he leave? Urgh. You're a creepy looking guy. Thanks, NCR, for leaving all this ammunition unattended. It's no wonder the powder gangers got out of the NCRCF, isn't it? God. The incompetence of the NCR is staggering! If I could put holes in that flag, I would. If you're going to fly a flag, protect the town. Otherwise, get it the fuck out of here. Oh, you think the darkness is your ally. And no, I don't know what Tom Hardy was thinking with doing that. I mean, maybe he was just thinking about the Bale Bat voice, because we all forget the fact that the first weird voice thing in the Nolan Batman things came from none other than Batman himself, with that, hello, I just gargled rocks and took a swig of tequila voice. He must have friends! It's like, you'll notice, Keaton didn't do a Bat voice, Kilmer didn't do a Bat voice, Clooney didn't do a Bat voice, West didn't do a Bat voice, but now it's become a thing. Okay, now, when we have the Affleck Batman, they put like a vocoder thing over it. That makes a little bit more sense, considering he's trying to, you know, conceal his identity. But all of a sudden, after the Nolan Bale Batman, all of a sudden, you've got Robert Pattinson doing a Bat voice too, and it's like, oh no, it's become a thing! It's because Kevin Conroy didn't do a fucking Bat voice. Why is this damn thing now? No! Just let him talk! He's supposed to be like a cross between Dracula and Sherlock Holmes. Why does he sound like he's a death metal band reject? You know, I find it funny that these powder gangers are supposed to be raiding passing caravans and so forth, but yet the player can run around completely uninterfered with. It's like we belong. It's like we have some sort of armor. Like, plot armor. Great, it's night. It's gonna make it all the much more fun to try and see the powder charges. Yeah, I know they're on the other side of the parking lot. Question is, how quick can I react when I need to react? Because I might end up just walking into one, then it'll be bad. Alright, aha! I see you. And you. And you. What the f... Oh, that's just dogs. Wild dogs. Okay, they're territorial, but not aggressive. Sure, cool, fine. I know there's more bombs around here. There has to be. I mean, I got enough explosives for what I have planned. Like a bomb dog sniffing for explosives. Maybe if the NCR had some of those in the prison, searching for contraband in the prison... Oh, God. I could go on and on about the incompetence of the NCR, and it may have occurred to those of you with, you know, two brain cells firing, you know, together, that I'm not going to be supporting the NCR for this run, because I'm not. Because fuck the NCR. I will be doing a lot of work for them, because they control more of the map than Caesar, and it's better not to be on bad terms with them when you're trying to get from A to B. Furthermore, I get paid. I get paid. Because one thing the NCR has is caps. I don't see any powder charges. Alright then, we'll do a proper save, and then it's back to Good Springs. So here's my plan. We know the route that the powder gangers are going to take into town. They're gonna go from where Cobb is, sort of around the building. So my plan is to mine the ever-loving fuck out of that area. Because here, you'll earn powder gangers infamy if you kill any of them and complete the mission on the part of the town. In fact, you'll earn so much infamy that you can't work for them from that point. But you can be shunned by the powder gangers, but still take jobs for them if you complete the mission, but you don't kill any of the gangers yourself. So I intend to mine their approach to soften them up, and then because I've cleared all the checks with the townspeople, they will do the dirty work of actually killing the powder gangers. I complete the mission, I get the XP, I can boost my speech, and then I can go work for the powder gangers, briefly, before narking them out to the NCR and having them just roll in there and wipe them out. I might wait to do that for a bit longer, because they're not hostile yet. Because that's the thing, I would just, because I was there, I was at NCRCF normally, I would have just done the powder ganger missions up until the point where I get the opportunity to narc them out, and then back it up over here to Good Springs to complete this. And it's a strategy I worked out for the first part of this game, as to how to do that. But we're going to try it this way, to maintain a greater sense of linearity. The funny part is, I say this after I've already made a straight shot north at the start, to go to Freeside, break the bank at the Atomic Wrangler, loot some dead Van Graffs to get better gear, more caps, and a brain implant before I hit level 2, so I could maximize my skill point earnings. I don't want to break the sequence, but here's the thing. And again, if you watch the preamble, I probably covered this. Or maybe I didn't record the preamble, because I'm covering most of what I had planned on covering in the preamble. So why would I even make the preamble? I was considering using the money from the Atomic Wrangler to pay the credit check into New Vegas and then clear out all of those casinos. And then theoretically I could have gone straight into the Divide and actually started this game with Riot armor. And I would have also considered that canonical, because this character, as they establish, has been in the Divide before. So, of course, that would be a thing that he could have had access to the armor. The problem is, that would have meant triggering the Divide's opening thing. I would have had to interact with Eddie to activate the commissary, and Victor would have already spawned in Vegas and wouldn't be here like he's supposed to be when you properly start the game. That was too much of a sequence violation for me to allow. That was going too far. So I didn't do that. I get a bunch of 308 no hunting rifle, because it takes entirely too long before they give you a hunting rifle in this game. Flamer fuel. I got nothing that fires that. Granted, there's a guy with a flamer in the Bison Steve, the boss of the powder gangers. Maybe not, because enemies scale with the player, so he might not have it because I'm not leveled for that yet. I don't know. There's still a lot of variables in this game. Some of which even the developers didn't know, and that's not a Bethesda joke. That's they had, what, 18 months to do this? And so there's a lot of stuff that still doesn't work just because they couldn't, you know... Okay, so we're gonna save here again.
Howdy, partner.
So we're gonna mine the trail, because once we talk to Ringo, it's gonna be on. And yeah, we'll just let the mines soften them up. I do have to make sure not to cluster the mines too close together. And I have to keep them far enough away that the townspeople don't run into the mines. Because while they won't trigger them, they can be caught in the splash damage, and that will upset people. So yes, Cobb and his group are going to cross right by here. Because he's over there right now, still just chilling. And I could just murk him right now if I want to, but the goal here is not to personally kill any of the powder gangers. That would defeat the whole purpose. So, Abuski. Bangy. Kabumi. Now we're just going to pad that out a little bit with some powder charges. Boop. These are a lot less potent than the frag mines, unfortunately. But I do have more of them. Funny part, of course, being that I'm blowing up the powder gangers with their own explosives. Because fuck the powder gangers. I'm just using the whole set. Why wouldn't I? Some of them might not even go off. Okay, so we're going to quick save after that, now that that's set up, so I don't have to do that all over again. Because that's about as good as I can make it, and we're going to go talk to Ringo. How do I know all of this? You could say that it's like game-breaking, the foreknowledge. How do you RP knowing so much? I'm just chalking it up to the fact that I have a base intelligence of 9, augmented by 1, by the chip in my head, which basically makes me omniscient computer biomechanoid super god. So why wouldn't I know? Ringo, it's time to fight for your life. Get off your ass.
So what's going on? Did Sonny agree to help us?
Sonny's with us.
Well, I guess that means we're
No
ready
thanks
to
to
go.
you.
Unless you think there's something else you can do.
Let's do this.
All right, I'm ready.
You son of a bitch, I'm
I
in.
hope.
Time to look alive. The powder gangers are here to play.
How many are there?
At least 6. Joe Cobb included. They look pretty mean.
I'm ready. You better be too.
Oh, Easy Pete came through with the dynamite. Here's your supply. I really hope I don't blow myself up. I'll be set up near the store. Let's hope that the gang doesn't manage to make it that far.
Oh, I don't think we're gonna have a problem.
Howdy.
Ah! Ooh, they're already having a bad time. Just running over all of the explosives. Oh, now I can literally just sit back. Oh, that's 2 of them. That's 3. Joe Cobb's already at half health. Oh! Oh, I think that's it. Oh no, there's another one. Well, I'm just going to loot. Don't mind me. Oh, hey, thanks for the 367 Magnum. Loser! This should all sell for... This should all sell for a pretty nice price. Ooh, a Desperado cowboy hat. Don't mind if I do. I didn't want to pick up all of that. Put some of that stuff down. No simple armor. What else did I grab? Let's patch these together. Ow! He's stuck in the terrain, isn't he? Oh, they're still shooting at him. And he's getting gnawed on by Cheyenne, so he should drop at some point. Oh, now he's really in the terrain. So yeah, we're shunned.
I owe you a huge favor for this. Here, these are technically Crimson Caravan funds, but I know they'll understand once I explain things.
Didn't I hear you say something earlier about not being able to pay me now?
I did have what was left of the Crimson Caravan money, but I wasn't sure if it was my right to just give it away. I owe you more than that, though.
Well, you
so
wouldn't have
look
been
me
able to
up
give
at
it
the
back to
Crimson
them if you
Caravan
died
camp
anyway,
up in
so
New
why not
Vegas
give
if
it
you ever
away?
visit. Hello?
Howdy. That'll teach the powder gangs to avoid Good Springs in the future.
I need to get to Prim. Can you suggest a route?
Sure can. Take the road southeast out of town till it hits the freeway. Prim is the town with the roller coaster straight south. Can't miss it. NCR patrols do a good job of keeping the highway clear, but I'd keep your gun where you can reach it easily. You never know who you'll run into. Off the road, you'll probably start running into hostile wildlife. My advice would be to stick to the highway when you can.
Now let's talk about the areas near and around Good Springs.
Sure. What do you want to know?
What other towns are nearby?
Southeast of here is Prim. Can't miss it. Since it has the giant old roller coaster right in the middle of town. The NCR's got an outpost there. If you follow the road north, you'll eventually hit Sloan and Quarry Junction. They mine rocks or something, but I heard they got troubles lately. I wouldn't head that direction if I were you, though. Got critters up there that don't take kindly to getting shot.
What kind of creature? We've already talked about the NCR. We could get her opinion on it, but let's talk about something that we haven't heard yet. What kind of creatures are out there?
Around here, mostly coyotes and geckos. The coyotes are pretty dangerous in large packs, but otherwise they're nothing to really worry about. The geckos aren't too tough, but they've got a nasty bite. I've heard about bigger, nastier versions out in the wasteland, but I've never seen them. Stick to the roads when you can, and steer clear of the hills north of Good Springs. The critters up there are big and poisonous.
NCR?
The new California Republic. Bunch of settlers and soldiers coming in from the west, fixing on making Nevada their own. They can be right pushy, but the roads are safer because of them, so I tend to let it go. Not that I got a choice.
What does the NCR keep you safe from?
Well, the wildlife for one thing, rowdy locals for another. They're protecting their own. Just happens to help us. They've been holding off this other group from the east, too.
What do you know about the other group?
Got a funny name. Call themselves Caesar's Legion. Never seen them in these parts, so I couldn't tell you much. I hear rumors, that's about it. Supposedly they keep slaves and they got some real nasty ways of killing folks. But maybe that's just something folks in the NCR cooked up to make themselves seem more useful here. Less uninvited.
You know of a good way of killing folks?
If you want to know anything else, just ask.
We never did ask. What do you do
I hunt
around here?
geckos mostly. The meat's pretty good and I can always find a buyer for the hides. I also help keep the town clear of rad scorpions and coyotes. Not many people live in Good Springs, so wildlife is always creeping in.
I'm a little short on caps. I'm actually not. I don't suppose there's any work available.
Not in Good Springs, no. But if you're up for a little scavenging, there's always the schoolhouse. Most of what's in there is junk, but there's this old safe that even Easy Pete wasn't able to crack with dynamite. If you want to take a shot at it, take these.
A magazine on locksmiths?
If the lock's too much for you to handle, reading through the magazine might give you the
tutorial! And the bobby pins?
You'll need those to pick the lock. Be careful, though. Put too much pressure on them, and they'll snap.
Actually, I already cracked that safe.
Oh. Well, go ahead and keep the stuff I gave you anyway. It'll be more useful to you than me. Until next time.
Yes, I'd like to loot this guy. Yeah, and it's still not in decent condition, but of course it wouldn't be. Why would it? Losers! Losers! Hey, he's sleeping! I'm just gonna... Yeah. Thanks for helping defend the town, asshole. I'm just gonna help myself to this, too. And this. Boop. We have a skill magazine in here somewhere. Wrench. I can use this stuff to fix up Edie. What? It just phased out of existence. I think it clipped through the bookshelf. Oh well. I already cleared that speech check, so it doesn't really matter. I saved the town, and they're saying I'm losing karma, because I'm stealing from Chet. Chet's an asshole! I also need to have a stern talk with Victor. Where was he during the fight? Probably busy doing robot hookers and cocaine. So is this still marked as owned? Yes, but there's nobody to see me steal it now. Don't mind me. Bottle cap, duct tape, fixer, medics, rebound, sunset sarsaparilla, tire iron, whiskey, wrench. I'm slow. Actually, I know a solution for this. I'm 4 things overweight. What do I have that's worth 4? I don't think I have 1. Oh, there we go. There. Aha! There we go. Now we can walk at normal speed. Oh no, I picked up this basket. Now I weigh 6,000 pounds. Here, let me eat this basket to solve the problem. Because if I'm carrying it like this, it doesn't count towards my inventory weight. Because that makes sense. Don't mind the fact that I'm just flagging myself with this rifle like I'm about to suck off my own varmint gun. And stop. Drop. Roll and pick up. Victor! Where were you?
Howdy, partner. So when do the rustlers show up?
They were here. The fight's over.
Really? I must have dozed off. Although that's never happened before.
Of course not. You're a robot. You don't sleep. There may be data corruption in one of your memory chips. Here, let me pick around your robot brain.
All right. But put everything back the way you found it.
Figures. Someone shut you down deliberately. There's no record of who.
That's a puzzle, all right. I'm sure it's nothing. I truly am sorry I couldn't help you, partner. Was there something else you wanted to talk about? Happy trails!
Victor knows exactly what happened. He's just not permitted to tell us. Because he is effectively an errand boy for you-know-who. So, what do we have here? 357 Magnum. Which I actually have a pistol that will fire it now. I can get a service rifle from the Mojave outpost if I clear out some ants, and then I can actually put some of this 5.56 to work. So I might want to go past Prim the next time I go there, straight to the Mojave outpost just to do that bit of ant clearance so I can get the service rifle from Major Jackson, put this ammo to work. Because my 10mm isn't going to last forever, I got nothing that fires a 308, and while I now have a 357 Magnum revolver, it is in horrendous condition. I want to sell this dynamite. I do. I don't even know why I'm carrying a varmint rifle. Well, I'll carry it right up until I have a service rifle. Then I'll stow it, because it can be used with jury rigging to fix the anti-materiel rifle. Which is why jury rigging is broke as fuck. Hang on to that. Bloatfly me. I don't have any more of the, Oh, no, I do have barrel cactus. Wait. Oh! Oh, so I can just make that into, Bloatfly slider. Cool. Sell off the booze. Okay, this stuff can be put away. I don't think of what I needed for fixing Edie. Okay, so, for the record, I differentiate your partner in the Mojave, Edie, with the one from Lonesome Roan, Eddie. The one here in Mojave is Edie. For me, the one in Lonesome Road is Eddie. Because they're not the same robot. But they have the same name. So, Edie, Eddie. And I call the one here Edie because I prefer to effeminize it. And before you start pointing fingers at me for that, no, I did not test Fisto before I gave him to Garrett. Okay, 2 scrap electronics. I know I need that. I'll take all 3 scrap metal and the 2 sensor module. God, that's heavy, though. I'll be lighter once I can offload my dynamite
Howdy,
on...
partner.
Shut up, Victor.